Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Women Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Okay, so today, first, have that petty tea, something to nibble on. But today is a why did I break up with Mr. No Heart? Or the reason why I broke up with Mr. No Heart. Because if you've noticed, there's a lot of reasons. And especially, there are a lot of financial reasons. And financial situations is one of the top reasons why people get divorced. And so, yeah, thank goodness we didn't marry. Oh, it's like because at my church, they say, do not get a prenup. No. Get a prenup. Okay, if you guys have been paying attention, especially to some of these celebrities, remember that Bachelorette? Remember that Bachelorette? Yeah, our homegirl, our black girl. Yeah, it's like she lost out on a lot of money because of that divorce. And then I think Tia Mowry might have gotten back with her. But like, I hear so many different things, but there are so many fake channels on YouTube now where they don't tell the truth. So, and especially like, okay, speaking of that, is like, 'cause I just watched the special edition episode about Judge Faith. And like, I showed it last week as one of my examples with another racism episode and things like that. But it's like people overseas in the Middle East, they had like they and this is I've talked about this so many times where yeah, it's already bad that colonizers always try to put us down and stereotype us and every negative thing they can do to us they do. But then you have people of color, they don't think much of us at all. Like it's like they literally team up with the colonizers to be like, oh, how can we ruin them even more? How can we mess these people up even more? Let us help, because then they'll even get on YouTube and post lies and just stupidity all over. But then people who don't know that it's lies and everything, they watch it. And then, especially when some of them own several channels, so then they'll put it on all of their channels so that people will give them more credit because, oh, this channel's saying it, and this one, and this one, and this one, so it must be true. Oh, so yeah, it's like if I can find like, oh, the episode is on. Yeah, if you click on her channel, and I think she has a way where you can get to her and her husband's channel, because yeah, they're not getting a divorce. They're not divorced whatsoever. The things that were in that story were not true. Because like I had a hard time believing it, but then I kept seeing it. Like since I follow a lot of lawyers and judges, I think that's how it got into my like system, my algorithm or whatever. And I just thought it was really odd. And especially, I'm like, I haven't heard from TMZ. It's like I would think TMZ would be up on the story with the thing because they were even talking about cheating and different things. And I'm like, I would think TMZ would have said this by now. So I didn't pay it too much mind. So that's why like 2 or 3 months later, when I see them recording and doing this video, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was like, okay, it's like I was right. It was a lie. Good, cool. So, but okay, I'm gonna be using her show as because I could do this with. There's a few of her, like because she has her new online version of a court, and I love it. But this one and a few others remind me of my terrible, awful ex, Mr. No Heart, because if you guys have been listening to I've mentioned him in so many episodes, but especially the Why I Broke Up with Him episodes, finances. When we first met, it's like I've learned now, it's like even if I ask once or twice, keep bugging them. If they get tired of it and they lose interest in me, I do not care. Because some men will just try to kind of answer the questions, or they'll answer in very short terms to the point where you still really don't know what's going on. But then down the line, they'll be like, oh yeah, but I told you, but I really need you. Oh, well, it's like, can I borrow some money off of you? Or, oh no, it's like, you love me, right? You want to be with me, right? If you want to be with me, you're going to want my life to be straight. And if you want my life to be straight, that means you're going to, you need to give me a little money. You need to help me out. You need to make sure that I'm good on both ends. And I'm talking about white men. It's like most black men say I'm too white anyway, so I'm talking about white men. Mr. No Heart is white. It's like, you know what his mom used to always say. But when it comes to, like, when we first met, I knew he was going through his divorce and everything like that. Cause yeah, we didn't start like dating until like 6 months to a year after his divorce. So it was final. And because before that, like we both like, I think I was one like, normally when women say they like anime to him, or I think it probably was a lie, he's like they don't really know much about anime, or when they say it they just say it to try to impress men and all this other stuff. But when we matched on, out of all the dating apps, Plenty of Fish, it's like he asked me like, oh, so what anime do you like? And I started telling him about Soul Eater, Fairy Tail, Close Case, One Piece. And I know One Piece is one that everyone knows, but it's a favorite. I love it. And then I think I said a couple others. Oh, Inuyasha. But anyway, it's like I answered the question, and it shocked him or surprised him, especially when I said like Soul Eater and stuff like that, because he's like not many people know of that one, but or back in those days, whatever, we don't know, but so we started talking and everything like that. But I just remember, like, I think it was a fourth or fifth time. It's like I want to say it was a date, but sometimes I would just go over his house. We would like either just talk, watch animes or movies or whatever, and or I would take my laptop and we would both be job hunting because we were both like like I think that's one reason why we matched so well, because we were both going through such a hard time in life or whatever. And so I just remember him telling me, I'm never going to be your like white knight. I'm never going to be your hero and stuff like that. And I'm looking at him like I never asked you to. And he lived alone back then, and he told me, he's like, I'm not going to let you move into this house because then you're going to want to be with me and you're going to blah 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 blah. And I'm looking at him like, you think you're like, because I didn't even think of him as dating really. It's like I thought he was cool, I thought he was nice, and we had a lot in common. And he wasn't embarrassed to be around me because my walking was getting bad and stuff. So to me, I just thought I met, a friend, at least someone who kind of understood me or looked past my now diagnosed disability. It wasn't diagnosed back then, but it's like, but okay, anyway, with this one court show or episode, I think it was really interesting because when Judge Faith, she like I I thought her verdict was fair, but at the same time, I had issues with parts of it, because with the airplane ticket part, it's like because they knew they were long distance or whatever. Then he lost his job, and then she was like, you know what? I really want to see you, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I'll spot you. But he said that she said she'll lend him or give him or whatever. Basically, he thought it was a gift. She thought it was just, I'll spot you, I'll lend you the money or whatever. But he won that part of it because with the judge's advice at the end, you need to watch the whole episode. It's like the advice she gave her. I can't, I understood what she was saying, but at the same time, like some of these men do not care who you are. They will try to use you, they will figure out a way to get to you the best they can, and they will be heartless with it. And if you say no, it's like, and yes, that means you should break up. But like, remember, with my undiagnosed disability and stuff, I was looking for friends. I was looking for like any type of attention, because like my mom used to tell me, as long as you walk like that, no one's going to ever want you, love you, or marry you. And if I could just at least find a friend that would want my attention or want my my authentic being and everything like that, then I was happy. And yeah, so I think that's one reason why I forced myself to be around him, because with that, other than him, I didn't really have too many people. It's like my so-called friends, they wanted my free babysitting. They wanted my, like, especially when it came to promotional modeling. When I had a car, or when I got offered a rental car, that's when all of a sudden they would all call me up and ask to be in the passenger seats. They don't want to give me gas money. They don't want to give me food money, or they don't want to buy me any food at any of the gas stations and everything like that. They just want to use the car that I was able to get because I was a responsible employee and everything like that. So, but then I found out that the guy that I was dating was just the same. He only wanted to benefit from me. He only wanted my money. He only wanted my time, my body, my money, and my car. Any of my belongings that he could take advantage of, that's what he wanted. And at the end of our relationship, I told him, "You do not love me. You never loved me." He told me I was not allowed to say that. But okay. Because, like, with this young woman, I relate with her because, like, this guy, like, speaking of cars, it's like, if guys watch my oil change episode, the oil change episode is about Mr. No Heart. It's like, trust me, watch that episode. But this guy in this episode crashed her car, but was going to leave her to have to pay for it. He got in a car accident. He caused the damage, but he was going to just make her pay for it. But then also he said it was raining, and it's like, because at first I was like, hold up, I thought she was in California, so I guess you're in California, and but then it's like that's when the woman, oh yeah, they both did not know how to keep the peace in this episode. But she was like, "I'm in California. How often does it rain? You're gonna say it's raining?" And I'm like, "Oh, see, no, I heard it right. Yeah, no, she is from California." So I was like, weather-wise, that doesn't make sense. Out of all the days that you were there, it rained on that day. It rained while you were driving. It's like that didn't sound California to me. It didn't sound at all like, because, and that's one thing, like, even with, well, yeah, I'm going to bring up my novel because I'm messy. Even with my novels, like with, well, Abby's novel, it takes place in California. So even doing the research on the weather and stuff during what months and stuff, I went to that detail because I don't want to say it rains and then people from California are reading it like, hold up, it's raining? Like, when the crap, like, when is this? It's like, so, but I have another novel with my Grim Reaper, and they're in a different state, and it does rain quite a lot. So it's like, but I want to pay attention to those details. And when this man was making up his story, he didn't look at the details. If you're gonna have a story and you want people to believe it, make sure the facts about it make sense, because the facts about California and their weather does not match up with the story he told. But his so-called witness admitted that he was sloppy drunk, I was like, okay, well, maybe it was raining in that car. It was raining liquor up in your mouth. That's what was raining. That what was pouring. You were pouring that liquor. That's what, yeah, It's raining, it's pouring. You getting a little sippy sip. That's what you were doing. Yep. So, but anyway, it's just with the oil change episode that I did months ago, it's like, yeah, my ex tore up my vehicle because he used to say that I was bougie because I went and got oil changes. He said I was bougie because I went to get oil changes. It's like, come on. Because with my ex, it's like he kept saying I was bougie, right? And it's a two-parter too. Watch both episodes because two times he messed up my vehicle, and then he had me pay the price one way or another, emotionally, financially, and everything. And even after that two-parter, Even though like he messed up my vehicle and he didn't pay 1 cent. He never wanted to bring it up again because I even asked him, okay, so when are you going to give me any of the payment for the price of me having to get my car fixed? Because in total, it was over $1,000 of damage because of what he did to my vehicle. And he owes me other money because when he begged me to start a business to the point where he gave me a tour of his house 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times, he gave me a full tour. Because at first I said it was 2 times, but then I'm like, no, it's like it might have been three. Because I remember there was one day where I was even asking him, if I'm doing this business for you, how would I be able to, like, if you're like not at home and stuff and I just want to check on how everything is doing, how would I have access? And I think that was like another tour of, we can do this and this is an option. I can buy this and we can all that mess. Only for him 6 months later, after I paid for everything, because he told me every month I'm going to pay you like parts of it plus interest so that you will never have to worry about your credit card. I had to pay everything, interest and all, every cent I had to pay for. And just like with the vehicle, I had to pay for. And so the fact that like when I broke up with him, he tried to blame me. He tried to put me down. He tried to say it's because we didn't call each other. Oh yeah, listen to that episode too, because yeah, I went on strike. Because, okay, if I, like, because even like throughout the entire relationship, he would use his daughters as bait for me because he said he was never going to be my white knight, but then whenever he wanted gas money, or like really he didn't want gas money, he wanted 420 money, but he told me gas money so that he could turn around and turn it into 420. But when I would tell him, I was like, well, I'm trying to invest my money, I'm trying to save for our house, so it's like, maybe you can figure out another way. Maybe you need to like just make your lunches for work and stuff like that. Because I'm like, you said you're never going to be my white knight, but how come like almost every other week, or sometimes almost every week in a month, like 3 out of the 4 weeks, he comes to me asking me for gas money, $20 or $40. Over and over and over again, keeps asking me for money. And it's to a point where it's just, but then after my surgery, my major surgery, I asked him to come visit me at the hospital. And he told me no. When I asked him to go to my mother's funeral, he told me no. I'm in tears both times. Because one, I've never had major surgery and I'm scared to get put under, and then I'm scared about what about if it doesn't work. And it's like, how come doctors didn't realize they didn't believe me when I told them about the pain and the symptoms all these years. They called me a liar. They said I was making it up. They said I just wanted attention. But now all of a sudden I need major surgery and I'm scared and I don't know what to do. And what about what's going to happen afterwards? When I say I beg this man, I beg this man. And he refused. But then even with the gas money, and I was telling him, I told him other ways where he could save money and figure it out on his own. Don't you care about my daughters? Don't you care about if I'm able to go pick them up? If I'm able to go to work so I can pay my bills, to take care of them? Don't you want me to be a good father? These are the kind of things he would tell me. But it was crazy because he kept telling me he was never going to help me or save me, but then he always needed me to save him. When his truck got repossessed, he needed me. When his truck broke down, he needed me. He would even tell me to like lie to my family members so that I could drive to his house the night before so he can drive to work with my car so he could work overtime because he needed the money. He didn't care about me. He only cared about my vehicles. He cared about my money and because it's like I realized this after breaking up with him. But he knew I was investing my money. And at first he teased me about it. He would make fun of me because he was like, "Oh, how much money do you think you're going to actually get? You're not going to make anything off of investing. You know, it's like, ooh, you teach, ooh, you're this, oh, you don't make enough money for anything like that or whatever." And I ignored him and I kept in like, it's like, I'm not going to say I just had tons of money. Like I didn't. There's like, one day I'm gonna start an episode, like, because I feel like once I hit the monetary mark with YouTube, then I could talk about the different sites and apps that I invest with and some of the tricks and stuff to even save money and stuff like that. But right now, political, dating nightmares, river racism, why I broke up with Mr. No Heart, that, yeah, it's like, and I might do it before, but part of me, since not, I'm trying to wait until I have like a lot of people watch it, because when people watch it, I want to make sure a lot of people benefit from it. So, and it's better when it's hot and fresh out of the oven. So it's like people don't want stale cookies, they want those nice fresh baked cookies. So, but okay, it's like, I don't know, just listening to this case, I related to her so much, because like my ex told me that after he gets his life together, he was going to start paying me back. And he was like, "Don't worry." He was like, "We're in a relationship." He was like, "Once I get myself together, I'm going to start giving you money." He never gave me any money. And the fact is, our last Christmas as a couple, he borrowed money so that he can get a car. Like, I think I've told that story. Like, I want to say probably 4 or 5 months ago. So, but yeah, and it's like, the thing is, he is so inconsiderate, and he thinks he's the main character at all times, because it's like, I was working 2 or 3 jobs at the moment, and actually 4 jobs, because one, like the fourth one was kind of minor whenever I had time or whatever. But it was one day where I was like, my day off, it's like I just wanted to relax, especially with my legs were in a lot of pain, so this is the day where I just wanted to relax at home and just take it easy. But then this jerk had the nerve to call me, and he was like, "I need you to go to the bank, get some money and bring it to my house." And I'm just like, "What?" Because, like, remember, it's like, he told me he was never going to be my white knight. He told me he was never going to help me, save me, or whatever. But he did this all the time. But this time, it's like, yeah, I'm at home. My legs are in pain. I just wanted a day off. But he was like, "Yeah," it's like, "but I need it now. I'm at the car place now. It's like, my credit score isn't high enough, blah, blah, blah. So I need this amount to get the car." And I'm just like, "Okay, so why don't you ask your mom? Why don't you ask somebody else? You're asking me to do this on the spot." And it's like, you act like I just have crazy extra money as well. And he even tried to like take a dig at me with investing. He was like, "Well, at least you have money invested. The money that I would invest has to go to my daughters. It has to go towards them, so I don't have that opportunity." It's like, "I'll pay you back. I just need the money so that I can be able to go to work every day. This car will help me be able to do what I need to do and take care of my daughters. You want me to take care of my daughters, right?" Oh, I was so like, oh, because like, and at this point, I knew I was going to break up with him, but I didn't know when. And then I was also scared to break up with him because, like, Mr. Lakaki, I was like, with Mr. Lakaki, I was waiting as long as possible because I'm like, I just want my money. I just want my money. But he knew that once he paid me back, I was going to break up with him. And that's one reason why he refused to give me back my money. But then once he started looking me up, trying to get back with me, because I broke up with him anyways, because I'm like, "You are not going to keep me captive over money." Because that's what a lot of men do. And this is one reason why I'm just in my dating profiles, I say you must have money invested. You must have your own money. Because I can't, for some reason, I kept finding men who they wanted to trap me with my own money, because they thought, oh, once I owe her money, I'm not going to pay her back, but she's going to know that she needs to stay with me. Or I'm going to tell her, oh yeah, well, stay with me and I'll pay you back, blah blah blah. But it's like I'm going to keep that money like hostage, or kind of like a fish and a worm or whatever. I'm just gonna keep that worm right above her. Like she's gonna like, oh, I'm almost gonna have my money and yank it back. That's kind of how it's like Mr. Lockakey and Mr. No Heart did, because with Mr. Lockakey, if you've been watching and listening, you already know the story. And you already know, like, well, okay, the short version is he blackmailed me. He told me that in order to get my money back, I not only have to get back with him, but I have to sleep with him a certain amount of times. And if I don't make up my mind within 2 weeks, I think it was, that he was going to double the parameters. And if I didn't have the quality of, the sexual type, then he was going to double or have to redo and all this other stuff. That's the kind of man Mr. Lockakey was. And so now Mr. No Heart, he was like, it kind of felt like the same thing, because like with the whole money situation, it's like he kept just, I need to borrow money, I need to borrow money, I need to borrow money. But then I was never getting that money back. And then for my Christmas present, that the money that I lent him for the vehicle, he said he was going to use that money that he owed me on a laptop without my permission. And him knowing me, that like knowing that I had to have surgery, him knowing that even with my health insurance when I was working as like at the school or in the inner city or whatever, the insurance was terrible. I still had to pay out of pocket so much. But he didn't care. He was like, but don't you need a laptop? I want to pay my bills. Like, how do you think I have the credit score that I have? How do you think that we were able to get like all of the emergencies and all the things that you have needed that I helped you out with? How do you think it got done? It got done because my credit score. It got done because I'm financially like literate. It's because I saved money. And there are so many things that I needed and wanted, but I didn't, because I knew that I was like, have emergency money. But then he kept wanting my emergency money, and he couldn't care less about my goals and dreams. It's like, not at all. So that's why I was like, I do these episodes, because Generation Z and A, watch your backs. Some of these men, they're going to try to get money out of you. And some of them, they're going to say the only reason to get the money back is to stay with them or sleep with them or do whatever they say they're going to do. But then they wonder why they're single. They wonder why they can't keep a woman. They wonder why women keep getting mad at them, or they say women are crazy when you do stupid things like this. Yeah, that's how you trigger women. And I think my ex till this day is shocked that I'm just like, you know what? You're not worth the headache. It's like, when it comes to being petty, fine, I'll put you and your awful daughter in my stories. It's like the terrible daughter that you allowed to kick me and put bruises. Like, yeah, watch that. Like, cause some people are like, what? How are you putting her? No, it's like, if you don't know, he allowed his youngest daughter to put bruises on me and tear up my stuff, steal my stuff, and like come up to me and say, I hate you all the time. Like, and the thing is, because of their racist mother. I mean, because his racist ex-wife, like, if you've listened, I've mentioned this in a few episodes, but she said, like, once the orange guy was president, she was gonna buy me as a slave and whip me until I die. Yeah. But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.